So we've talked about IACCs on the past 7 live streams. And if you haven't caught them, they are long-term health issues that can arise after an acute infection. And as Amy shared, what's really interesting is how certain pathogens, especially viruses, can hijack our mitochondria to meet their own needs. So when these viruses infect our cells, they can take control of the mitochondria, fulfill their own energy requirements for replication. And so viruses can exploit our cellular powerhouses and contribute to the development of chronic conditions, among doing a host of other unwelcome things in our bodies. So, Amy, I would love for you to share more about how pathogens can hijack our metabolism. So many words. So yes, actually, that brings us to our next point. David, I would love for you to share more about what happens when mitochondria don't function properly, and as a clinician, what can that look like physiologically from the outside in? Because we've talked a lot about the inside, but what about from the outside? What are we potentially dealing with?
Yeah, I think when people are experiencing mitochondrial dysfunction, first of all, it can look a lot of different ways. And I think it's really important to understand that if you've been listening to these live streams for a while, some of the themes that keep coming back would be that when pathogens persist, they don't always necessarily persist in the same places, right? So they can persist in different parts of your body. What that means is that depending on who you are and depending on where your pathogens happen to be persisting, you may be experiencing mitochondrial dysfunction in different organs. You may be experiencing mitochondrial dysfunction in different organ systems or different, general sort of energetic systems in your body. And so therefore, as we sort of explore that, what should we think about? We should think about, okay, well, what drives some of the symptoms that are most energy limiting for the person who's sitting in front of us telling us about their symptoms?